Welcome to Sychai. Today I'll be reacting to the WandaVision trailer that happened last week. First, I want to talk about Elizabeth Olsen. Now, she's been in this universe since Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron was her first step. And there, she was a little wonky, and her voice, her accent wasn't that great. But, she has grown over the years, and, even then, back then in Age of Ultron, she was perfectly cast. But I gotta say, now, really more than ever, and that's not taking away from her work and her capability. She's an amazing actress. She has owned the role, but I would say even more so, because you can say that about a lot of actors. The only actor I'd say who's owned it perfectly from the jump, there's actually a couple of them. Let's say is Robert Downey Jr. and Loki for Tom Hiddleston. They've owned it, and I'd say a couple of other ones. Also Scarlett Johansson too. But a lot of them have taken time to grow, and like those other ones, from Chris Hemsworth to a little bit of Chris Evans, they've owned it to a point where they not only have made it their own, but they've kind of put in their own subtle tweaks. And now she is shining like ever before. She is doing a great job, and seeing her in this role is just like just everything has come together and has made her just a perfect casting. In this trailer, she's doing amazing. She's leading on her own. She has the confidence. Everything was there, and this was the time, even though it should have been a little bit earlier, but I gotta say, this is what she's at. She's doing the amazing job, and I can't wait to see more of her in the future. Other than that, I gotta say that's the most I gotta say about the role. Next, let's talk about Paul Bettany. Now, he's been doing this for a long time, a lot longer than Elizabeth Olsen, but I think now, actually more now, him than Elizabeth Olsen, because Elizabeth Olsen had a lot more chance with it, and she's done an amazing job and shown it. This time, it's taken Paul Bettany a lot longer than her, but now he's really owned this role. He's really made it feel like not just like a robot. He doesn't make it feel like a robot, but he just makes it feel like an actual person who's trying to figure out themselves. He is a robot himself, but he's trying to figure out the world, and the way he acts confused, his subtle facial cues, and all that, he's really done an amazing job. And this is another show to show his talents. He's an amazing actor too, and I think a lot of people haven't given him that chance, and this is the perfect time, and he's done a perfect role. He has owned the role again, like Elizabeth Olsen. He's doing a great job, and I can't wait to see him more in the future. Okay, quick, I'm going to talk about the action. There's not that much action, so if you're looking for more action, look for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That is where the action is going to be. But I think that's what Disney's going for. They want to make each one uniquely different. This one's more of like homage to from I Love Lucy to Further On 2 times, so they're more making this more like the comedy. Loki's more of a heist, so it's going to have a combination of humor and action, and Falcon's just straight action. It's for the action junkies. So this one's not that much action. There's a couple of scenes, but for the most part, there's virtually no action. But I'm okay with that, mainly because the humor. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, it's actually good that they did a little bit more. They don't have to focus on the action, so it's more of a mystery. And yeah, other than that, if you're going to rate it off action, then it would be a 0. But yeah. Okay, let me talk about the dialogue. The dialogue is, I wouldn't say perfect, but it's who really did the punch up, they did a fantastic job. Not perfect like, oh my god, this is going to be an Emmy, but this is a fantastic job. What they did with the dialogue, making it feel like each time period really just melds in. Like somebody who is watching this, doing the dialogue, focused on each show that they're emulating and said, okay, this is how the dialogue's going to be, this is how the actors are going to come off. And they did a perfect job on that. The dialogue and the humor is just top notch for this show. I think they're doing a little bit better. I say with humor wise, they're doing a little bit better than a lot of their other action adventure movies there, because they can now focus on more of the humor side. This is I would say this is a big change for them, due to the fact that they don't have to focus on the huge set pieces, but more focused on something smaller scale and actually do real genuine humor, not childish humor, because a lot of times they focus on that childish humor. This is the time where they're actually focusing on regular humor that is more just it's gonna be a throwback. So okay, the visuals like the action, well, not like the action, but the visuals like the dialogue, action a little bit, but mainly I'd say visuals to the dialogue are near perfect. They are emulating, again, they're picking each time period and visually, like even the point where they're doing black and white. That was a great choice, I would say, because it's a risk. A lot of young people, even people my age, aren't really nuts about black and white, and I think that taking that risk is really showing that they're dedicated to what they're doing. They're not backing down from that, and I'm happy for that. I'm really happy, and I love the visuals. They're amazing. Each time period, throwing back, you can almost feel like you're rewatching each decade, and that's great set design. That's great visuals. That's great from the backgrounds to the sets to how it almost each set almost emulates the show that they're representing, and that is a great time. And it's almost like, in a way, a little bit a taste of Stranger Things when they did the back in time, not back in time, but the time period they're in. And yeah, I think that's what's doing great for that, and the visuals for this are amazing. Okay, so I have to be a little bit negative, and the villain. Now that one I'm very skeptical about, because unfortunately there isn't one. That doesn't look like there is one. And there might be one, and it might be a secret. But the fact that the trailer is not really showing a villain, and this is the third trailer, and they have not shown a villain, is very concerning. Because yes, that could be good. And you go, okay, well, they're just doing their own thing. They're just representing time periods. But without a villain, what does it mean? I mean, all this could fall apart without a good villain. And I'm hoping that it's a good secret that we will be talking about well into, because this is hopefully going to be into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. It's going to lead into that. What I've been hearing through the grapevine is that this is going to be leading into that, and it's going to make what's going to happen. He's going to, like, either she's going to create a multiverse or go through multiverses and screw shit up. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to see. Hope there's a good villain, and yeah, there's not that much to say, so okay, let's get into the quick overall. So, personally, right now, what I'm saying is I'm excited. I don't think this is gonna be the Emmy show that's gonna change. If you're not a Marvel fan, this isn't gonna really make you a Marvel fan. Let's just be honest. It's not gonna make you a Marvel fan. I think for Marvel fans, this is gonna be great. I think for people who are TV fans and just want to see a throwback, I think this is gonna be great. I think this is made for people who just want to have a little relaxing time and have a little bit of fun and have that fun of the Marvel-ness. That's one thing I gotta say that I love about them, is when they take something that's ordinary and make it extraordinary. That's the best way to say it. They make something ordinary and they make it extraordinary. And that is the fun of Marvel. They can take something that you would just pass by or just watch for a little bit and maybe not give it a second time or a glance, and they do a fantastic job of making it real. They make it more fun, more exciting, more accessible to people of all ages, from young to old, and that's what this show is doing. Other than that, I gotta say, hopefully the payoff with the villain really pays off. Hopefully this leads into something, and then it's not just a one-off show, but more or less like a good series to really watch over and over again, so it's not just a mystery. Hopefully they do that. Other than that, overall is that I am excited, and I can't wait to watch the show. It's coming soon, so I'm hopefully crossing my fingers. But yes, I'm excited. Can't wait to see it. Hopefully you can see in the comments anything you want to say about this. Other than that, I have to say thank you for giving me this time. So again, thank you for listening to Sychai. This is a podcast about WandaVision, and hope to see you soon in later podcasts, and hopefully a review. I'm gonna review this as well, so quickly get ready. There's gonna be a review for this and everything else, and the other shows as well. Thank you, and have a nice night. Bye-bye.